Bringing your purchasing, your inventory, all your sales in one place keeps you organised and saves you hours of trying to figure out what you've got and what you need to order. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a simple inventory system that links everything together, so you know what's in stock, what's sold, and when to restock. We are going to build 4 tabs. Number 1 is the product list. Number 2 is your stock in. Number 3 is your sales. And number 4 is your current stock. Let's start with your product and price list. First, you need to know what the product is. And the most important thing is that we have a unique identifier, like a SKU. If you haven't set that up already, then check out the SKU video linked below. You can add prices here too, especially if you want to link to your sales, but for the inventory tracking, it's strictly not necessary. Let's stick in some data and copy in this from the SKU video. And then I'm just going to put in a formula to put the SKU. But essentially, I'm going to put dashes through all of the individual bits, and I like things to be 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits. Cool. So I put it in the wrong place. I'm going to move it to the right place. That should have been our product list. Double click on all the columns to resize. Perfect. Next, we're going to do stock coming in. Right, we're going to need our SKU, that's our unique identifier, the quantity coming in, and the date that we've bought it. Right, we're going to add in the drop down. Go to Insert, drop down from a range, and then add in all of our SKUs. Okay, done. And then we can select any of our items in here. Okay, that's nice and quick, much easier than typing. And then we'll be able to put in a quantity in. Quantity in, I'm just going to stick in some random numbers. And then finally for date, we're going to add in a is valid date. So like a little calendar. So what you need to do is select where you want to add it in, go to data, data validation, and then we want to select is valid date. Now, it's not very clear, you can't see anything from the cells, but if you double click on them, a little calendar will pop up, and that makes it a little bit easier to select what dates they will pop in. I'm going to change the format. I hate that format, so format, number. I like the format date, month, year, 3 letters for the month. There you go, and then we can't get confused about what format the date is in. Lovely, so that is our stock in, really simple. Next we're going to look at our sales, which is essentially our stock that's going out. To avoid duplicating any work, what we want to do is link this to our invoices. So the information here will include all of the information that we need in our invoices. That is our customer, their address, the invoice number, the date. Oh, we also need to add in the item that we're buying, the quantity, and the price. And then we're going to add in some fake people, some fake customers, some fake addresses. Right, now to add the item, each one of these line items is an invoice number. If you want multiple items, there's loads of different ways of doing this. So keep everything on one tab. What I'm going to do is add in additional lines for the same invoice. So if I insert some additional rows, copy the invoice numbers down so we know that all of these items belong to the same invoice. All of the information doesn't necessarily have to be copied. And then we can add in another drop down for the item. This stops manual work, manual errors. So insert drop down from a range, and our range is our product list. So select that whole column, and then when new ones come in, they will automatically be added to our list. And then we can select a load of items. It's called SKU on the other one. We could call it SKU or item. Right, cool. Stick in a load of items, make it a bit wider. Speed this up. Put real background music if you want. Not sure how much you guys like my editing. Then let's stick in a load of quantities. Just need to put in a load of random numbers in here. And then our price is in the previous tab. So what we can do is we can do an X lookup. So we're going to look up our SKU. So our SKU in our product list. Select the SKU in the product list. And then we want it to give us the price. So comma, the price list. And there you go, we've got all of our prices in there. Lovely, that's all of our sales. You can easily connect that up to an invoice. Got enough videos on that if you want to know how to do that. Cool, and then finally, we get to our current stock where we're going to bring everything together. So you can instantly see how much of each product that you have. You can also do things like work out which products you're making most money on, or which ones are like volume drivers versus value drivers. Let's put in our SKUs. So to put in all SKUs, we're going to use a unique, and we'll do a unique on our product list. So this means that this list will always be added to when we get new products in here. And then we're going to look up what the product is, because not everybody knows their SKU numbers off by heart. We go X lookup, the product, and then we're going to look that up in our product list in the column that has got all of the SKUs. And then we're going to ask it to give us whatever value is in the product column. Now we want to let our stock in, so we're going to sum up all of the stock in. So equals SUMIFS, bracket, select all of the quantity in, and then we're going to do if that SKU number is the same as this SKU number. Yeah, cool, easy. I hope. Stock out. We're going to use a SUMIFS. We're going to SUMIF everything in our quantity out. So sum up the quantity out if the SKU number, the whole column for SKUs, is equal to our SKU number here. Right, lovely. Now we're going to work out our inventory, so how many we've actually got in stock. That's really simple. That is just our stock in minus our stock out. Great, we can see that we've got some negatives here. We don't want that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our notebook black. I'm going to add in some here. Oh no, this is number 3. I should have changed that to number 3. Right, now if we look at current stock, we've got 0 stock, and the other one we want to change is the HB pencil, number 6. So let's add a few more stocks for number 6. So add in number 6. How many should we add? 6. So we've got low stock rather than no stock. We can click today. Lovely. So we've got stock, some low stock, some no stock. So next we're going to add in, what should we do first? Conditional formatting. No, we're going to add in a column that tells us if it's a low or no stock. So we're going to call this stock level, and we're going to say if our inventory is equal to 0, then we want you to say that it's no stock. Put it in speech marks. Otherwise, we can have another if column, if statement. So otherwise, if our stock is less than 5, call it low stock, speech marks. Otherwise, good stock. Make sure you do your speech marks and do your brackets. It kind of highlights what brackets you're matching to, which helps. I'm sure we didn't do that in the old days. Cool, that's our stock level, and now I'll add in some conditional formatting to highlight when we have low or no stock. So let's highlight our inventory column. We're going to go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and we're going to say if our number is equal to 0, then we want like a pinky ready colour. Okay, cool. I've just selected E2. We want to select the whole column, or do E2 to E1000, or you can do just the whole of column E. There you go, then it's added it to its 1000. But next we want to know if it's less than 5. We want it to be orange, and a nice orange. That's a bit too bright, so let's lighten it up a bit. Okay, cool. Lovely, done. But in fact, instead of just highlighting column E, if we want it to highlight column F, what we can do is we just select column F. That doesn't work because it's just checking the row in column F. So what we need to do is a custom formula, and we want it so that we can tell it to always look at the right column. So equals E1, fix column E. So it's just looking at column E, and then so if E1 equals 0, then we want it pink. Annoyingly, it now highlights even when it's 0, but let's do custom formula for the low stock as well now. So make sure we do the whole of column E and fix E. So if E1 is less than 5, the 1 will kind of move down. Okay, that's done. Now it's highlighting the low stock, but we've got all of these additional red ones. So if it's empty, let's make it no color. Okay, that's the most important rule. So we need to squidge it up to the top. So move it so it's the most important rule. And then that should work. What have I done? Oh, I've only selected E1. So we want E1 to E1000. Sorry, F1000. There you go. Cool. Now it highlights what stock you need to buy. Another way of doing this is you could create a filter. So if you select the whole of columns A to F, you can go Data, Create a Filter, and then you can just select if you want to just see no stock, or you want to see no stock and low stock, or select them all if you want to select them all. So select all. There you go. That's it. That's our simple inventory system. Simple and flexible, hopefully, and it shows you exactly what you've got, what's coming in, what's going out. It's all built in one spreadsheet and saves you time from second guessing what you've got or chasing numbers across multiple tabs. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to make this even faster by creating a QR code to add stock automatically. So be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. We can also add the value of the sales and the cost of the goods so that you can calculate profit by item. Let me know what you're interested in seeing in the comments. If you want to follow along or start this yourself, you can download the example spreadsheet description below. That's it. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.